Hey everybody, this is a continuation from lesson 1-4 in class and the things that we did not finish. So I want to review example 3 on page 29, which is word problems and using complements and supplements to solve. So I have it so that you can see the board, and I am going to work through a problem with you, and I'm going to go close the door first. Super sorry about that, but let's look at the problem that we did in class just to walk through it one more time. So example 3, page 29 says an angle measures 3 degrees less. So let's start right there. We have an angle that we don't know the measure of, so we're simply going to put an X and we're going to say equals because it tells us an angle measures or an angle is. We can treat this as the word is. An angle measures 3 degrees less. Well, in class we talked about how that's going to be whatever our answer is minus 3. And I hope y'all are able to see all of this. An angle measures 3 degrees less than twice or 2 times. Let's go ahead and put that. 2 times, whatever's going to be in this parenthesis. An angle measures 3 degrees less than 2 times its complement. Now remember, here's our angle, and the complement of that angle, like we talked about in class, is going to be 90 minus that angle. 90 minus x. And then we simply do the math, the algebra here, to solve for x. So we're going to say x equals 2 times 90. We've got to distribute the 2 to both parts. So 2 times 90 is 180 minus 2x minus 3. This is the same problem we did in class. 180, no, I did it again. Same exact mistake. Let me find the eraser. Okay, Christian, this was the mistake that you called. 180 minus 3 is 177 minus 2x. Now we need to get the x's on one side of the problem, so I'm going to add x to both sides. This side is going to be 3x equals 177. We're going to divide by 3, and x equals 59. All right, you can pause your video and look through that, but I'm going to go ahead and erase and move on to one more example. I'm trying to keep this video short for y'all. Okay, the next one is going to say an angle's measure is... So there's the angle that we don't know again, and there's our is, or an angle measures. An angle's measure is 12 degrees more. So this time we're going to need to add 12 to our answer. So 12 degrees more than 1/2 the measure of its supplement. Now how do we find the supplement of an angle? I hope y'all are able to see all of this. The supplement of an angle is going to be 180 minus that angle. Remember, in order to find a supplement, here is our x, and we need to find the supplement, so we're going to find whatever helps make it a linear pair. So it would be this angle right here that is a linear pair with x, and so it would be 180 minus the x, and that would tell us the question mark angle. So let's do the math on this. We've got an angle is 12 degrees more than 1/2 the supplement of that angle. So we're going to say x equals 1/2 of 80 is 90. 1/2 of negative x is we're going to say minus, and then I changed that to a decimal, so 0.5x plus 12. Remember, 1/2 and 0.5 are the same. Now I've got to combine like terms. X equals 90 plus 12, that's 102, minus the 0.5x. Now I need to add the 0.5x to the other side, or to both sides of the equation, to get rid of it here and to put it on that side. One thing that you need to remember here that's tricky is that this x is actually a 1x. Every variable is that variable with a 1 in front of it. Don't forget that. So if we're going to add 0.5, we're really adding it to 1. So 1 plus 0.5 is 1.5. 1.5x equals 102. And now we're going to divide both sides by 1.5 to get our answer. And 102 divided by 1.5 is 68. All right, so the final question here is to find the measure of the angle, the x. So we're actually done with this one. We don't have to do anything else because x equals 68. Okay, the last thing we need to look at, if you will flip your page to page 30, we need to look at a diagram that I am about to show you up close. Look at this diagram right here. And I'm going to read the book. It says, light passing through a fiber optic cable reflects off the walls in such a way, now see, these are the light beams passing through, and it reflects off the walls such that angle 1 is congruent to angle 2. I'm sorry, I just realized that I keep moving the phone. All right, so you can tell angle 1 is congruent to angle 2 because I've marked it with the arcs to show there's only one arc here, so that shows that angle 1 is congruent to angle 2, which also only has one arc. Angle 1 is congruent to angle 2. We also are told, this is at the top of page 30 again, we also are told that angles 1 and 3 are complementary. That means that these two add up to, what did we learn in class today? Complementary means they add up to 90 degrees. So we can mark this as a 90-degree angle, or a right angle. And then the last thing we're told is that 2 and 4 are also complementary. So here, 2 and 4 are also going to add up to 90 degrees. And then the problem goes on to say, if the measure of angle 1 is 38 degrees, all right, so this is where we have to draw, label, label, label. So I've done all my drawing. Angle 1 is 38 degrees. Here's where I'm going to label. Let's see what else they tell us. They want us to find the measures of angles 2, 3, and 4. Well, the first thing that we should notice here is that we have two congruent angles. So if angle 1 is 38 degrees, then angle 2 is also 38 degrees. The second thing that we need to remember is what complementary means. Remember, complementary angles add up to 90 degrees. So 38 degrees plus angle 3 equals 90 degrees. Or we can simply say the 90-degree whole right angle right here minus the 38-degree part of it is going to give us angle 3. So we're going to say 90 minus 38. And that is going to be 52 degrees. All right, so 52 degrees. And the top two angles are going to work the same. They are also a 90-degree, they make a 90-degree angle. So 38 plus angle 4 is going to equal 90 degrees. So if we say 90 degrees minus 38 degrees, we're going to get 52 degrees. Let me check my math. Yes, we're good. So now we have answered the question. We have the measures of angles 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we already covered the vertical angles at the end of the lesson. So that's it. That's all we have. Hope your homework goes well.